Let's imagine that you have $100 in your savings account, and you would like to prevent it from losing its purchasing power. The interest rate on bank savings is less than the rate of inflation. Therefore, bank savings are always losing their purchasing power. You could buy gold or silver or stocks or bonds or options or futures or real estate. Or you could spend your $100 US on price-indexed producer credits through the services of Give Yourself Credit, thus investing your savings directly into the producer's immediate production. The producer you choose might be a local industry. The job your investment helps create might ultimately be your own. The Give Yourself Credit Value Unit is defined as 1/1000th of the Rogers International Commodity Index. The RISI Index is defined as the US dollar value of a stable basket of globally significant commodities averaged over several markets. For this example, the Rogers Index will be taken as 3,498.4877 US dollars. Give Yourself Credit defines its value unit as 1/1000th of that. If we divide $100 US by the value unit, we get the result in RISI units. Ted and Janet's savings are now immune to fluctuations in the US dollar, and by extension, all currencies traded on the foreign exchange market. Specific producer credits may be chosen by the purchaser for any reason. The most likely reason would be to save them up to be redeemed for the issuer's product. Or the purchaser may buy a mix of producer credits recommended by Give Yourself Credit to be put aside as savings. Producer credits are insulated from monetary fluctuations by defining our value unit so that it will always be the price of the same basket of goods in any currency at any time. Producer credits expire shortly after maturity, and therefore maturing credits must be traded for newer ones. Producers are legally required to honor their producer credits in their advertised goods or services only. Producers pay a dividend of their own choosing to the customer that redeems the credit for product. This dividend comes in the form of a discount on the advertised price. In this system, savings take the form of claims upon real short-term production, and in the event of a complete failure to deliver by the producer, producer credits become a first claim upon the equity assets of the producer. By mutual agreement, mature credits may be exchanged for new ones or conventional money rather than product, providing total flexibility. The terms can be decided between a producer and its customer, not a bank. To ensure a market for mature producer credits, producers will be limited initially to 20% of proven sales. Successful performance will cause the limit to rise. Now, back to Ted and Janet. Almost a year has passed, and the producer credits they have saved are now maturing and will expire in 2 months. These credits deliver their RISI value plus a 5% discount on the producer's advertised price at the time of sale. Whoever redeems the XYZ credits for XYZ product gets the discount. Ted and Janet want to continue saving, and therefore as their XYZ credits approach maturity, their brokerage service trades them to the members of the system who want them in order to purchase from XYZ. The brokerage continues to trade until it can deliver the same RISI value in the newest possible credits to Ted and Janet. If Ted and Janet want fiat money, they can sell their producer credit for its RISI value in fiat money. If the fiat money has devalued 3% in the meantime due to monetary inflation, Ted and Janet will get 3% more fiat money than they paid initially. However, the actual buying power will still be approximately the same. The buyer of the producer credit then redeems the XYZ producer credits for XYZ product and receives the 5% discount. In the early stages, when there may not be enough participants in the system, producers would need to facilitate this process of offering their producer credits held by savers to their fiat money customers. It would be a means of introducing new members to the system. The customer pays $103 for the XYZ producer credit, redeems it for product, and receives a gift certificate for 5% of its value applied to the purchase of any XYZ product. The producer gets the same receipts worth of US dollars, 103, to spend on production. Ted and Janet get a new XYZ producer credit worth the same in RECE units. Ted and Janet's new XYZ producer credits will still buy about 28 1/2 of the Rogers International basket of commodities by definition. If Ted and Janet had kept their $100 US in national currency denominated bank credit for 20 years at 1.5% compounded annually, it would have increased to $134.69. If in the meantime inflation continued at 3% per year after 20 years, the value of each dollar would be reduced in buying power by a factor of a little over a half. If we multiply the gain by the loss, we end up with a 25.6% loss in real purchasing power after 20 years. Their savings would also be vulnerable to the entire world casino banking system and the new policy of bail-ins, where banks are now allowed to avoid failure by taking our deposits. Depositors are considered unsecured creditors because banks don't pledge to us any collateral in case they fail. The FDIC has funds to cover only an infinitesimal portion of the total potential failures. In contrast, the reliability of producer credits depends on the reliability of the productive industries that make the things we need. Any producer that wants to stay in business will fulfill its promises or go out of its way to appease a customer creditor. Should a producer go out of business, their unredeemed producer credits are secured credits because the money was an actual defined promise of equity. The expiry date does not apply to credits the producer has failed to redeem. That's why producer credit should be an attractive proposition for savers. The banking system is built on sand, a perpetual, impossible debt of money at interest. The producer credit system is built on bedrock, the reality of production and demand.